What it is. It's all biz all the time. What's up? So, turn the light on because it's a little bit dim in here. And let's just make it happen. Anybody got any questions for me, bro? So again, I was just speaking on earlier about, having people in your corner that's willing to step to you about things that you say wrong. You know what I'm saying? What's up now? Stories with a purpose. Respect to you. Respect. I'm always chilling, man. I'm always chilling, except I guess when I'm pissed about something. But right now, yeah, I'm chilling. I'm good. It's all good, man. All good. You feel me? But like I was saying earlier in my little video I just dropped, never always be the smartest person in the room. You know what I mean? Never be the strongest person in the room. Because that's when life will humble you. God will humble you for sure. 100%. We always have to be mindful. We always have to think, and we always have to be humble. And I guess I was not humble the other day, so it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, so listen, a 10-year-old, I would. So here's what I would do. Obviously, cardio is the most important thing in boxing. Let nobody fool you. Cardio is the most important thing in boxing. And so I'll say it in another term, conditioning. So we don't say cardio, we say conditioning. Conditioning is part is the most important aspect of boxing. Conditioning. Start off with that for sure. However, also start off with technique, fundamentals. Learn that child the jab. Now, and you can really go 5 or 6 years old training a child if their mental capacity can handle it. But you don't want to bombard them with too much information. That's why you keep it simple, and you never go more than an hour with a child under 10. Never more than an hour, because their attention span isn't that long. But yes, conditioning first, what you would say cardio, and then I would work on the jab only. Only. So look up um, different techniques on how to teach the jab, because as a trainer, there's many techniques, there's many different jabs, and it's just something that you're going to feel comfortable with as a coach training the child. And also you need to be in, and you need to think about how they're accepting or ingesting the information that you're giving them, right? So it's very important. Yeah, man. Hey, perfect. 10 years old, perfect age. They're ready for whatever you got coming at them. But again, be careful about, and when I say be careful, I s- be mindful about what you're giving them. Be mindful. Um, so if you already got your techniques down on what style you want to teach, and me as a trainer, I don't really teach a style. I really like to go off of what the individual brings, and then I just work off of that, right? And what do I mean by that? I like everything to be natural. I like everything to be natural. I don't want to force anything, because then when you force something, it takes the learning curve can be longer. If that makes sense to you, you've trained teenagers, so you know about learning curves. So learning curves can be broad or they can be plain. Just depends on your teaching style. So me, I like to work off what that individual brings, and I just add on to it. So for instance, when you cook a steak is a steak until you add seasoning to it, salt, pepper, whatever seasoning you like. Then it becomes something entirely different. So as a trainer, bro, my best advice to you is that yeah, 10-year-olds is good, and start off with conditioning, 100%, because a conditioned fighter will beat a talented fighter all day long. Ain't no question about that. I hope that answers your question for you. Hope that answers that. Yep. But back to what I was saying. Be open minded, because only a fool has a closed mind. Only a fool glass is full. Right? Someone who thinks the cup is half full. It's half empty rather. Because I want more and more to add. So my day is going well, bro. My day is going well. I'm not upset. I was able to vent and get some things off my chest, so I was all right. Yeah. So my day is going good. Thank you for asking. Stories with a purpose. Now, Nick Harrison, I don't understand what you put up there, man. I don't speak Serbian. And I know that I'm reaching Serbia because I had a Serbian fighter. Translate that to English so I can answer your question. Translate that to English. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, come on with the boxing questions, y'all. I'll give my opinion on stuff. What do I English? Well, okay, broken English, ghetto English. I speak English. English. I'm not Spanish. I'm not Hispanic. My mother is white and my daddy is black. I'm a black man. I hope that answers your question. But y'all be sure to hit the like though for me. Hit the like for me while you in here. Hey, it ain't gonna cost you nothing to do that. Teach y'all some ghetto. I think you just look at me and learn ghetto. Matter of fact, you could just type it up, ghetto. Well, okay, so Dark Bunny. Ghetto is a Jewish term. How about that? I don't know Jewish. I don't know Yiddish. Don't play with me. Ghetto is a Jewish term. So stop playing. Go play with somebody else. And I don't have time for play. I don't have time for play. My name is All Biz all the time. Teach you some ghetto. You know ghetto. Go learn it. It's a Jewish term. Ghetto is a Jewish word. Go look it up. I don't know if that's where you came from, but I can't teach you ghetto. I don't know Jewish. You want to learn ghetto, you gotta go learn Jewish language. I don't know Jewish language. Yeah, but I know where the word ghetto comes from. That's a Jewish term. That's what the Nazis put on the Jewish people. That is a Jewish term to describe poor neighborhoods in Germany, specifically towards Jewish people. Stop playing with me. Man, go to somebody else's channel with that stupid mess, man. Lord have mercy. Any other boxing questions? Ain't but three all up here. Give me 3 likes. All right, so back to what I was saying. It's very important to not hang around people that you can't learn from. You gotta hang around people that you learn from. You got to. Ain't no question about it. You have to. That's the only way you grow. I mean, if you ask millionaires, what they hang around other millionaires. They don't hang around broke people. They don't. So you got to hang around people that you can learn from, for real talk. Thank you for the like. I don't know who liked it, but thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Come on with some questions, y'all. But as far as boxing, I think it's very important as a coach or as a trainer rather that you don't influence yourself too much on your fighter. You let your fighter grow into who they are, not what you want them to be. Because everybody can't do what you do, but they can do what they do naturally, right? So I think it's very important to let a fighter develop naturally. Listen, okay, so it stories with a purpose. For sure, you got to keep your circle small, right? Because lots of people are phony and fake, and the less fake people you have in your life, the less troubles you have in your life for real. And so that's real. So now, I don't want you to go away if you're playing games, I welcome you to stay and I welcome you to ask questions, but don't be with the dumb mess because I don't have time for it. That's all I'm saying. Respectfully, respectfully. That's what I'm saying. Respectfully, Dark Bunny. Respectfully. Because you asked me to teach you ghetto. I can't teach you ghetto. I don't know Jewish terms. But I know what a Jewish word is, right? But I bet you didn't know that. But I bet you do now, because it took you a minute to respond back to me, which means you went and looked it up, which is cool. So you learned something being on All Biz channel. And that's my point. That's my point. So shout out to you though, Dark Bunny. Appreciate you being here. Hit the subscribe button for me. It ain't gonna cost nothing. Nothing at all. It's free. You love learning? Me too. You know what I know, Dark Bunny? Do you know what I know, bro? Or ma'am, I don't know if either or. But you know what I do know? I know that I don't know enough. So I have to always learn. I'm constantly seeking knowledge because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing but what I know. And this world is too vast for me to know everything. And I don't know it. So I want to learn it. That's all, y'all. So back to what I was saying about boxing, because stories with a purpose got me on boxing. So when I train people, I try to just let them be. And then I'm watching closely, intently, what's going to help them become better in what they do already. And then once I learn what they do already, now we're going to work on your weaknesses. Because, if I continue to work on your strengths, how are you going to grow as a fighter? If I'm always working on what you do well. No, in my opinion, I think that's the wrong thing to do. I think you should work on what a person doesn't do well. Focus on that. So my main things are this: conditioning, what some people would call cardio, and balance. Conditioning and balance. Those two things. Those two components in boxing. Conditioning and balance. What do I mean by balance? Stay off your heels. So you have a lot of people, a lot of fighters who punch off their heels and they hit super hard. But guess what happens if they don't hit the target? Guess what happens if they don't hit the target? They become off balance. They leave themselves open for counterattack. So it just turns out all bad for them. So my biggest thing is conditioning and balance. Because everybody's not gonna beat Muhammad Ali. Everybody can't be Mike Tyson. With Mike Tyson's angles is what I'm talking about. That Mike Tyson doesn't get enough credit about how he uses angles. He wasn't a fluid fighter, meaning he couldn't bounce around and he wasn't smooth like a Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard or let's see, let me see somebody new. Even a Boots Ennis. He doesn't use his feet like that, right? So, but what you do teach people is to stay off your heels when you're fighting. And always say the 3 Ds. Well, okay, I'm gonna get to that later. When you throw a punch, move your head. Because when you're fighting somebody for real, they're gonna come back at you right away. So if you don't move your head, you gotta block. But my whole thing is if you block, you see the punch coming. And if you see the punch coming, you can get out the way. And you can train a fighter to then excel in counter punching. Excuse me. And always be on point to where they won't take punishment back. That makes sense. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on a second. My bad. Hey, thanks for the 3 people that stayed in. My bad. I had to use the restroom. But yeah, I'm gonna start posting more boxing videos, and I'm gonna start posting more of the my gym videos and my gym pictures that I was in. Like like I said, I had a fighter ranked 7th in the world, and no joke. I know some people are jealous, or whatever, but HBO, Showtime, and you can look these names up, and I'll say them right now. Rod Day Voye Kalai Jeech was my fighter. And I trained that boy. Excuse me, he's not a boy, he's a man. But I trained him since he was 14 years old. He know nothing about boxing. I was his amateur coach. We went to Sunshine State games. He never made nationals, but that kid would fight. And he had something special in him. And I trained him and I trained him and I trained him. His actually first two pro fights, he wasn't with his first three fights. He wasn't with me. It is what it is. Then he came back to me. We moved to Miami. We were in Miami for 2 years while he was building his pro record. We end up getting on PBC. We fought Marcus Brown, which we lost. However, we really won. So if y'all go look at that fight, we really won the fight. And even after that, we made main event on Showtime. The very next fight, his very next fight was on Showtime. Main event in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I'm sorry, my bad, not Oklahoma City, Miami, Oklahoma. Showtime main event, right? So I've been in the game, man. I'm at the game at a high level. Like I said, I have been around the gym, me and him, he and I rather. He was offered to go to camps. He always brought me with him. We were around all champions. They former champions now because it was a little minute ago. And he's moved on. He has different management. He has different trainers. That's cool. Can never take back what has been said and what has been done. JG, what's up, homie? What's up, bro? It's all good. It's all good. We just talking a little boxing. We just talking a little boxing. Now you say you wanted to hear me talk about boxing, so here I am. So ask some questions. But yeah, Rade Voye Kalai Jeech. I'll spell it Radijvo. Oh shit, never mind. I can't. Anyway, Rade Voye Kalai Jeech is see me? Okay, bet. Somebody just